What's up? I got this
Ask
kid
me
I went to
questions.
Manhattan Day School with. Joseph. What's up, man? He runs a blog named Cannabis Chassidus. I'm not much of a pothead myself, having never really smoked, but you know, hey, I'm down. It's not for everybody, exactly. He's a real chassid, this guy. So tell me, like, what are you trying to do with your blog? You're trying to. Yep.
Right. Let's say there's a problem in the world. We have things we love doing, but it doesn't always good. Somehow it's good sometimes, but it's not good other times. And it's like a big question. How do you do something you love doing, but do it in a way that's right? Let's say you love having sex, but then when I had sex with that Thai whore, it really wasn't good. Like, I wish my mom had told me that, like, this is the way you do it, and this is the way you find. Maybe it's a bad example, not my mom. But like, I wish we had a tradition of how to use drugs in a way that was helpful, that was sacred, as opposed to destructive or at least lame or at least boring. You know, I wish I had like a tradition that gave counsel for me to lead my life as far as how to smoke weed, besides how to do everything else. And I came to Israel 7 years ago, convinced that it was there, somewhere in the Masorah, and somewhere in the living Masorah, somewhere in the community, somewhere in people. And Baruch Hashem, Alhamdulillah, we found that. We found people in Israel, rabbis, who smoked weed and had a Masorah of how to do something in a way that was usually really good, usually really helpful, really
That's
sacred.
awesome.
And trying to give it over to the children, because we're all doing it for the children, because Wu-Tang is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children. How about like, oh, what's this guy? This is Avi Ben Isaac.
Yeah, I have a message from Davidson Reagan, Nancy Reagan, and that's just say no to drugs. I disagree with him, and I think it's a.
Although you're
terrible thing.
smoking a cigarette, which is probably much worse for you than marijuana, but
it's not
let's not
as
even get into that.
Different kind of thing.
It's not as counterproductive to life. If you found a way for
What do you say to the fact that the Baal Shem Tov smoked a pipe, which is, we don't know what was in it, but before davening, he liked to smoke a pipe.
Same thing I say to the fact that he went to the bathroom before davening. I don't care if he smoked a pipe. I don't know
Exactly,
what was
it's like a regular thing then.
to smoke a pipe?
Water
Well,
pipe.
What was in the water pipe? Did they have tobacco where he lived, or was it
remember
wacky
the story?
tobacco?
Remember this time? One time he goes in a courtroom and he just smokes his pipe until everyone in the courtroom passes out asleep, and then he takes the chassid who's there locked up and leaves. He's very terrible things. A lot of Baal Shem Tov stories feature him.
I noticed that.
He has some ground up leaves. He finds up some leaves. No, counterpoint, diversity, diversity.
I noticed that the Litvoks never take these stories. They take all the other Baal Shem Tov stories, but.
Well, I'll tell you something about the Baal Shem Tov.
Context.
I mean, you're gonna use this story to promote weed, and I know he invested in the sales of weed, so that's why.
No, I make no money.
I'm joking around, I know. But
WEED on the NYSE ticker.
Anyways,
to buy some marijuana, call.
I think it's like.
What are the side effects?
You're interrupting, man.
Sorry, I can't, dude. I'm like
distractibility. But it's good what you're saying. Cigarettes are better for working. Cigarettes are better for focus, and that's why they are sacramentalized in Western culture. Just like coffee, it makes you more functional, more social, and that's the problem with marijuana.
I think smoking is bad. In fact, I wish I would have been in the habit of pulling down my pants when I was 16 for attention like that. I would pull it up when I'm 20.
When did you start smoking?
I started smoking at 16. I stopped for a long time, and I'm still smoking.
But smoking is kind of like almost like in the yeshiva system. Certain people, like I know my yeshiva, the Rosh Yeshiva smokes. So what message does that
That's correct,
send?
and if you would ask the Rosh Yeshiva, you would not encourage it. I think that's a mistake when guys point to the yeshiva crowd, which I don't necessarily agree with everything in the yeshiva crowd. However, I would say that if you speak to anybody with authority in the yeshiva crowd, would say it's a serious issue and it's not spoken about enough.
Although they also say that like coffee and cigarettes created the yeshiva world. That the thing of steiging grew out of the drugs that were available in the yeshiva world. It was coffee and cigarettes meant you could like learn
someone
and
who refers to them CNC yeshivas, coffee and cigarette yeshivas.
Right.
But nonetheless, it's just a certain crowd, and I think where the Jewish community went wrong is or the yeshiva world went wrong is when they refer to teens at risk. They think it's just at risk in terms of religion. What they don't realize is at risk in the literal sense, like it's life-threatening. Guys who are smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee, they engage in different behaviors.
You don't understand the obesity from Rugula.
There are 3 Rabbanim who just paskin that they didn't paskin it. They're trying to put out a tshuva that it should be usher for somebody who smokes to be an aid. Because somebody who smokes doesn't understand the value of life, and somebody who doesn't understand the value of life.
So what about people who eat cake?
Cannot go. That's another.
Wait, an aid like a witness aid or like a health aid, like one of those?
No,
yeah.
aid like witness. But they said 2 things. They said smoking and traffic tickets.
but not cake.
Smoking and traffic tickets.
Cake is the
Send me
very worst
video.
thing. White
They don't
sugar,
know.
white flour, and margarine.
The
It's
noise
like
in the
everything bad
background.
altogether.
It's true.
Come on,
I mean,
I'm a chef.
the
Don't talk about that.
why
You can make better cakes.
why have the Rebbeim not
Butter.
supported a ban of
It's funny you
Real
say I'm a
butter.
chef. You're a chef. I'm in the same business.
why have the Rebbeim not supported a ban on trans fat? That is the question.
Right.
Why is what?
The Rebbeim have not supported a ban on trans fat.
Too scared.
What are they going to make
follow the
rugelach
money.
out of?
Wait. The reason the Rabbanim
Make
did not
milk.
report
Butter's good.
make
Butter's
a ban
good.
on trans fat is because I
Schmaltz
think
is
it
good.
was.
Margarine
I
is part
think
of
I think
lifestyle.
that's a choice that an individual should make. What the Rabbanim have with this, I mean, come
Cholesterol
on,
and
should the
Gisela.
Rabbanim say also that you shouldn't buy Libra's candies because if your kids are going to get cavities?
Yes.
The dentist, if you
Of
feel
course.
the
They
Rabbanim
love
should
your
say
kids.
that.
If they love your kids, they should
Yes,
say
yes,
they should
with
discourage
Hershey's.
it.
Hershey's. Oh, because
Hershey's Nachal
Better
Yisrael?
than Lieber's.
Nachal Yisrael?
It's not.
Better than
and
Lieber's.
I
That's why it's
think-
better than
I
Lieber's.
He
think-
curses
and let
to
me
eat
say
Hershey's.
this, I know this is going to get me in trouble because I'm trying to get elected
cursing,
now,
but-
but I'm going to say this. I think that if someone eats something that's not Chalav Yisrael, he's going to go to Gehenna.
It's like not wearing
this
a hat to
world.
davening.
Yeah,
Luckily,
it's-
Ben and Jerry's
only
is
wearing
Chalav
one
Yisrael in
hat.
Israel. That's all I can say.
Correct. Now, like he pointed out, not eating Chalav Yisrael is like not wearing a hat to davening and or benching without a jacket, only a hat.
Also mid-year.
The double head covering, I
It's
think,
not
is a
right.
myth.
It's just not
What?
right.
The double head covering
Two
thing,
hats.
huh?
Are we
Two
being
hats.
controversial?
I used to watch guys in camp put their hand
Lower
over their
hat has
head
to be sticking
to
out.
make a
It's very
bracha.
close.
It drove me
That's
nuts.
illegal, man.
It
Right.
drove me nuts.
Unless your hand
No,
is
no, no, no.
disconnected.
Your shirt, though? Top
They
your
would
shirt?
they would wear a
It's over your
yarmulke.
head.
If they didn't have their hat with them, they would put their hand over.
Oh, over the
that
yarmulke.
doesn't work.
Oh.
Double
Only,
head
only if you have a
Drove
sleeve,
me
it doesn't work
nuts.
out.
Yeah, they all wear.
Yeah.
They all wear suits in camp. I mean,
I
in
heard-
middle of summer camp, you have to wear a black.
I heard a
suit.
certain vod from Rosh Yeshiva. I think it was Peekskill.
You went to Peekskill?
I never went to Peekskill, no.
Oh, God.
no.
You heard the name of
But,
Peekskill.
in the yeshiva Peekskill, there's guys used to walk out of the yeshiva, out of the Beis Medrash backwards because you're supposed to walk
Cool.
away from the Kaidish backwards, and that was like the only thing they were makbid on sometimes. And Rosh Yeshiva got very annoyed. I shouldn't say that was the only thing they were makbid on. That's just an observation. That's incorrect.
One of
Probably.
the things.
However, the Rosh Yeshiva got a bit upset, and there were two doors facing each other on opposite sides of the Beis Medrash. He said next time someone walks out backwards, he's gonna kick him so hard, fly out frontwards from the other. Okay, so.
That's my kind of Rosh Yeshiva.
Such an honor, such an honor.
No, there was an old joke of some guy stopped a kid on the street and in Williamsburg and said to them Muncie and Williamsburg, somehow I'm offending somebody here, so they stopped the kid in Williamsburg and said, which is worse, being Michal Shabbos, homosexuality, or not wearing a hat to davening?
For sure, the third one.
So he said, Michal Shabbos, you wouldn't do. You're with family, everybody sees you, you wouldn't do it. Not wearing a hat to davening is better not to daven than to daven without a hat.
But the person
Homosexuality, to me that was just very, very, very indicative of the
No
world's
pun
not,
intended, but we won't go there. Okay, good night, everyone.